Hello everyone. I'm going to explain about the features, advantages and disadvantages of hire purchase under hire purchase system. Hire purchase is a method of financing of fixed asset to be purchased on future date. Under this method of financing, the purchase price is paid in installment. Ownership of asset is transferred after the payment of last installment. Hire purchase agreement is made while buying expensive goods. The consumer makes a down payment during the purchase and the outstanding balance will be paid in installment with an exchange rate. Though the concept of hire purchase is very relevant in India, there is a similar concept called mortgage. Then we are going to learn about the main features of hire purchase system. The hire purchases becomes the owner of the asset after paying the last installment. Every installment is treated as hire charge for using the asset. Hire purchases can use the asset right after making the agreement with the hire vendor. The hire vendor has the right to repossess the asset in case of difficulties in obtaining the payment of installment. Rental payment of paid in installment over the period of agreement. Each rental payment is considered as a charge for hiring the asset. This means the hirer defaults on any payment, the seller has all the right to take back the assets. All the required items and conditions between both parties involved are documented in a contract called hire purchase agreement. The frequency of the installment may be half yearly, annual, quarterly, monthly, etc. Assets are instantly delivered to the hirer as soon as the agreement is signed. If the hirer uses the option to purchase, the asset passed to him after the last installment is paid. If the hirer does not want to own the asset, he can return the assets anytime and is not required to pay any installment that falls due after the return. However, once the hirer returns the asset, he cannot claim back by any payment paid as the charges towards the hirer is the use of assets. The hirer cannot pledge, sell or mortgage the assets as he is not the owner of assets till the last payment is made. The hirer usually pays a certain amount as an initial deposit or down payment while signing the agreement. Generally, the hirer can terminate the hire purchase agreement any time before the ownership rights pass to him. So these are all the overall features. Let's move on to the advantages of hire purchase system. Under the system, financing of an asset through hire purchase is very easy. Hire purchaser becomes the owner. Hire purchases gets the benefit of depreciation of assets hired by the uh, assets hired. Hire purchases also enjoy tax benefit on the interest payable by them. Immediate use of assets without paying an entire amount. Expensive assets can be utilized as the payment is spread over a period of time. Then fixed rental payments make budgeting easier as all the expenditures are incurred in advance. Easy accessibility as it is a secured financing. No need to worry about the assets depreciation quickly in value as there is no obligation to buy the assets. So these are all the advantages. Let's move on to the disadvantages or demerits of this hire purchase system. Ownership of assets is transferred only after the payment of final installment. The magnitude of funds involved in hire purchase are very small. Only small type of assets like office equipment, automobiles, etc. are purchased through it. Then the cost of financing through hire purchase is very high. The addition of convenience increases the cost. It is higher. Asset is no longer needed because of any change in the business strategy. There may be resulting penalty. Total amount paid towards the assets would be much higher than the cost of asset due to sustainability higher interest rates. There are few terms used in hire purchase agreement. Uh, the terms are hire purchaser, hire vendor, cash purchase, down payment, hire purchase price. Hire purchaser is a person who's the buyer in hire purchase agreement. Hire vendor is the seller in a hire purchase agreement. Cash price is the amount to be paid for outright purchase. Down payment is the initial amount payable by the hire purchaser at the time of entering into a hire purchase agreement. Then hire purchase price is the total amount paid by the hire purchaser to the vendor of goods purchased under the hire purchase system. So these are all the main terms used in hire purchase agreement. Thank you.